Hello, this is Adriana from Tasty Pastry Kitchen, and I'm going to show you how I made these chick cakesicles with cookies and cream filling. Okay, so to make these cakesicles, you're going to need some powdered Oreos, some cream cheese, and you're going to need some chocolate. And I have some Merkin's white chocolate, which is my favorite kind of chocolate to use for these cakesicles. I also have some food coloring and some fondant here for decorating. And of course, you're going to need your silicone mold, which is like a bendy mold that has popsicle shapes, along with the popsicle sticks and a food-safe paintbrush. Okay, to make your cookies and cream filling, all you have to do is take some softened cream cheese and add it to some crushed Oreos. There is a delicacy in the dessert world called Oreo truffles, and this is basically what that is. It's actually a really good alternative for those of you who don't have any cake laying around, and trust me, it tastes really good. All of my kids really like it. Okay, set that aside and melt your white chocolate. Add some color if you like. I'm gonna add some yellow because I'm making little bird cakesicles. And the secret here that I learned from Rosie's Dessert Spot, which is a great YouTube channel, you should check it out if you're into cake decorating, is to add a little bit of vegetable oil when you add gel food coloring to white chocolate. Doing this kind of tricks the white chocolate into thinking that you're adding an oil-based food coloring and prevents seizing. Okay, take your cakesicle mold and add about a tablespoon of your melted chocolate to each cavity. Then you're going to take your food-safe paintbrush and use it to kind of smooth the chocolate all around the base of the cakesicle and up into the sides. Take the mold and tap it against the counter to settle the chocolate. You might notice some chocolate that runs off of the sides, but don't worry, we're going to come back and coat that later. Then take your popsicle sticks and insert them into the mold, making sure that you have enough chocolate to secure it in place. Okay, go ahead and stick that in the freezer for about 5 to 10 minutes or until it's really firm. Then remove your cakesicles and take your melted chocolate and do a second coating along the sides and corners, and especially around the base of the cakesicle where the stick meets the chocolate. If you don't properly secure the chocolate in this way, you're going to have a hard time taking the cakesicles out of the mold. So it's best to just go around and make sure that you don't see any silicone coming through the chocolate. Okay, go ahead and return that to the freezer for another 5 to 10 minutes. Then take it out and start adding your Oreo mixture. Start by filling the area underneath the popsicle stick and then work your way around the sides and almost to the top. Okay, repeat that with your other cakesicles. And then you're going to take your melted white chocolate and pour it onto the back of each cakesicle. Take the mold and gently kind of shake it and tap it onto the counter. And what this does is allow the chocolate to kind of fill in any gaps and then close the cakesicle completely. If you notice any areas that are exposed or not covered in chocolate, you can go back and refill it with chocolate. Then take an offset spatula to scrape off the excess chocolate and level out the backs. Stick this in the freezer for at least 15 to 20 minutes. So while those are firming up in the freezer, I'm going to make the fondant decorations for the cakesicles. To color the beaks and the eyes, I just used some food coloring that I massaged into white fondant and then rolled them out into little beak shapes and eye shapes. I then took plain white fondant and rolled it flat to simulate the eggshell. Once the cakesicles are pretty firm, you can go ahead and remove them from the mold. You do that by inverting the mold and then pushing the stick up to push the whole cakesicle out of the mold. Okay, so the first thing I did is made the eggshells for the little birds inside. And to do that, I took a piece of white fondant and used it as a guide for the approximate size. Then I went back and kind of cut these zigzag shapes to look like a broken egg. I sealed it in the back and then kind of pressed along the cakesicle to fit it against the little birdie inside. Then I took a little bit of water and brushed it on the backs of the beaks to make it stick along with the little eyes. And here they are, my little chick cakesicles filled with cookies and cream. You can see my inspiration bouncing around in the back. I hope you all have a safe and happy Easter. Take care and see you next time.